is also a Consumer's Digest Best Buy, making Century one of the best values on earth.
Third. You got Goldie? Now we just wait around? Okay.
Damn it.
Hold. Yes, all right, but don't make me listen to Silver Bells again.
Ray, we gotta do something quick. I mean, my friend the legal aid says they don't stand a chance.
Unless they're on a plane to San Salvador, I'm not willing to accept anything as inevitable.
The police have blocked the exit. They don't let us out unless we let them in. What are we going to do with the kids?
Story time?
Would you like to organize that for me? Thank you. Yeah, straight ahead. Snacks.
Oh, for crying out loud. Of course he knows me. I married him. I baptized 2 of his kids. And politicians! They're not worth the whole bunch of them. They're weight in Kleenex.
Leo, can I have a word with you?
We have boxed ourselves into a corner, J.A. We're surrounded, and the INS is coming.
Oh, that's great. 8 hours to midnight mass, and the feds are coming.
Look, if we're gonna talk about what's happened to Rigoberto and Celia, don't you think they should be here? Man, they're not children, Ray. I'm gonna get them.
You need to go to a meeting, Leo.
I'm not going to drink.
I'm not worried about you drinking. I'm worried about the rest of us getting through this without murdering you.
Is it that bad?
What would your sponsor be telling you?
My sponsor's off on a bender. And how am I going to get there anyway with all the doors locked?
Well, try the passage to the rectory.
Is it still open?
Yeah, it's dirty, but it's passable. Brown bomber.
Ray! 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 They're gone.
Hey, Father, how did you get out?
Magic. Hey, fellas, I wonder if you could give me a hand. I got a dead alternator.
Sure, as long as you don't have any wetbacks under your coat.
Wetbacks, leave.
Need a jump here, Padre?
No, just a running push will do. I got to get to St. Cecilia's in 50 minutes.
What do you say, John?
Yeah. Hey! Doc.
Hold it! Hold right there!
Come on, take your hands off her.
Stay out of this, Father!
Hey!
Over here!
Leo, what the hell are you doing?
Leo, are you okay?
Yeah, never better. Merry Christmas, Maureen. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Easy, boys. Merry Christmas.
Come on. ¿Qué es lo que estaban haciendo? Les dije que no salieran, por favor.
Unbelievable.
He's lost it.
What, are we going after him? What are we doing? What's left? Did we get a lawyer?
Is everyone all right?
Are you hurt?
No.
Are they okay?
Congratulations, Ray. Really. You got what you always wanted. Complete, total chaos. And for what? What are these good people gonna do, Ray? Live the rest of their lives in our church?
Look, Eric, I know how much this means to you and your family.
To me? Me? Look, this isn't some sort of personal favor to me, Ray, okay? We're the guardians of a sacred trust. What kind of a church doesn't do midnight mass? What kind of a priest are you?
Okay, everybody, listen up. I've decided we're going to go ahead with the midnight mass exactly as planned. Only we're not going to have it inside the church. We're going to have it outside on the front steps. And Eric, you're going to run the whole shebang. The mass, the homily, everything. And then I don't want to hear another word about what we do inside this church. Ever.
I don't want to run the whole show, Ray. And if this is what it is to be a priest, I don't want to be one.
sorry we're spoiling your Christmas.
It's not you. It's just that this was my one chance to get my father's respect. I didn't turn out to be what my parents wanted. They wanted me to be a lawyer.
I didn't turn out to be what my husband wanted. He wanted me to be quiet.
Why don't you go back to him?
Back to El Salvador? There's no one there for me now.
Rigoberto said you left your husband behind. You two really ought to get your stories straight.
I did leave him behind there. And my children. I left them there one day and I went out to preach. Like you, I love to preach. Rigoberto and I went. He left his wife and I left my husband and children and we went to another village. You know, my husband always thought that the army would come for me one day. Like they came for the American women and Arzobispo Romero. But I would laugh at him. I told him I was not important enough for the army to come.
Did they come?
Oh, yes. They came. In their helicopters, with their guns. They came. While Rigoberto and I were away. When we returned from preaching...
You don't have to tell me.
No, I want you to understand. When we came over the hill, we looked down into our village and all of the men of our village were lying with their faces in the dirt and the soldiers were standing over them. And the women were in the church with the children. And we could hear the children crying because they were hungry. I could hear my children. They were crying for me. And I wanted to go to them, but Rigoberto stopped me. He covered my mouth, and he would not let me go. My husband died first with a man. Well, the children became very frightened. They were crying for their mothers to take them away from there. But what could the mothers do? And then the mothers were taken. And finally the children. It was a December night like this one. I thought I would go mad. I dug a hole in the earth and I put my head in it so I could cry and they would not hear me.
And a voice was heard in Rama, sobbing in loud lamentation. The mother was weeping for her children, and she refused to be consoled because they were no more.
We cannot go back there.
You won't go back. I promise you that.
Well then, let's have a great Christmas, Father.